Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and here's my perspective. So we got a woman here, 41 years old. She says she's about 6 weeks pregnant, and she's pregnant by a married man who now is telling her, listen, you got to get rid of it. You got to get rid of it. We're going to let her tell this story, and then we're going to go into it. So here we go.
6 weeks and 3 days pregnant, and my child's father, all within a day of finding out that I was pregnant, that I may have an ectopic pregnancy, going to the emergency rooms, spending hours and hours and hours getting poked and prodded to find out that my baby's okay and in my uterus where they should be, and my hormone levels are where they should be. So, and within a day of finding all that out, the father of my child said he doesn't want this. He doesn't think this is a good idea, and he wants me to not keep the baby. Let me be very clear that my child's father was very aware of what was going on. This wasn't like nobody was trapped. He repeated over and over and over again how bad he wanted us to have a baby, how bad he wanted me to have a baby, how bad he wanted me to get pregnant. And then I get pregnant and he's like, no. And today he told me, well, listen, you have to get rid of the baby because I'm married. When we got together, thought we were getting divorced. I had requested a divorce. Things was done, I thought, but that didn't happen. And now I'm trying to work my marriage out. So you cannot have my baby. So now here we are. And I'm trying to keep my stress levels down because one of the reasons they thought it was, or wanted to rule out it being ectopic pregnancy, was because I was bleeding and still having a little bleeding issues. You know, I'm trying to stay calm, keep the stress down, so I don't harm my baby, but I'm just struggling because I'm trying to figure out why I needed this. Why I needed to be trying to ask God, like, why I needed to be bent and broken and snapped in this way. I was minding my business, y'all. That man was persistent to even get a chance with me. And we were damn near living together. And then to say, and now my poor baby. Poor baby. I don't want this life for my baby. And you know what? I'm 41. I don't have any children. This is my first child. I didn't ever even think I wanted any. So I certainly wasn't trying to but now it's here. Just married the whole time. Intentionally got me pregnant. And once I got pregnant, told me, I don't want nothing to do with this.
So here we have a case of a woman who, if you're listening to what she's saying, she's trying to tell us that in so many words, she didn't know he was married during the course of however long they had a relationship going. And so not only is the pregnancy news, the fact that he's married and now this is the reason why he's encouraging her to get an abortion is because he's married and he just can't deal with her having a kid. Like he doesn't want a outside baby, you know, propping up, because that we understand that part. Like if he pops up with an outside baby outside of his marriage, that's going to blow everything up with his wife. Okay? And so he doesn't want the evidence of her and what would have been his affair with this lady to prop up and ruin things with his wife, who apparently, according to what she's saying, he was telling her that they were on the verge of divorce, and maybe that's why he was trying to be with her. And but now, like, he want to reconcile with his wife and da 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 da. That's a whole mess, right? But this is why we are telling women to marry before you carry, because I'm not carrying no kids with for you. I'm not putting my body through that. I'm not putting my hormones through that. I'm not putting my mental state through that for a man that don't have no commitment to me. And for all of y'all talking about, oh well, the commitment doesn't guarantee anything, but what it does is make sure that that's your husband and not another woman's husband. Okay? Because if we assume that what she's saying here is true and she didn't know that he was married, then she still could have prevented this issue by saying, I'm not getting pregnant by you. We're going to use protection every time, or whatever she got to do every time, no matter how long we've been together or how much I think I love you or how much, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all fine and well. But at the same time, you listen, we got to walk down an aisle or hop over a broom or something. We got to do something to ensure that you and I have some type of foundation with as a relationship, as a marriage, before I go through that. Because what people don't understand, unless you're a woman, you don't understand how quickly your mind and soul changes once you realize you're pregnant. Before you confirm it and after you confirm it. Because once you get that feeling like, wait a minute, I think I'm pregnant, and then you go get that confirmed, or you have it confirmed by a pregnancy test or whatever it is, you immediately change. You immediately change as a woman. And it's not just your hormones and the physical changes that you're already undergoing. Like, your heart changes. Like, it changes you immediate. It's not, you don't change once the baby here, or you don't change once your belly get big. Like, it do something to you to know that there's a child now growing in my womb. Okay? And your focus be to keep it there. You don't want like miscarriages and stuff. Right? So from a biological standpoint and from just being a woman, I get where she's like, well, I'm not necessarily so keen, especially if she ain't got no kids, so keen on getting a deletion. At the same time, the man that is the father of the child is like, from what she's saying, is encouraging her to do so. Because listen, you ain't gonna blow up what I got going, which is more stable, apparently, which is my marriage. This is why marry before you carry. Because no matter if a marriage is unstable, it's stable, it's unstable, it's shaky, it's not shaky, usually men are not leaving that wife. That wife have to go. Or something got to be drastic where he say, you know what, I'm not doing it no more. I filed for the divorce. Usually men are not leaving their wives. And y'all side chicks can be mad at that or not. Y'all can be like, oh, well, he don't really like the wife and da 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 da. He likes something. He likes something. Don't let him fool you about how miserable he is, because when things kind of get rocky, they be trying to figure out how to fix it. And it ain't always about, oh, you know what I'm saying, she gonna take money, because most people are average earners. It's a minority of people that's got enough money and assets to be worried about splitting assets upon a divorce. That's not the majority of people. The majority of people in America is average earners, $45,000 to $50,000 a year. That's probably both of them, give or take. And most people don't have like assets, and you know what I'm saying? The most people living paycheck to paycheck. Let's just be real there. So every time a man want to save his marriage, don't got nothing to do with money. It be having to do with, I'm not really trying to come out of this. And regardless of what kind of issues me and my wife are having, I'd rather have her than not have her, or what have you. And so when they be dealing with these side chicks, no matter how long they deal with you, they be ready to cut you off at the the least inconvenience to them. Because once they realize, wait a minute, dealing with you is about to blow everything up, you're out. You're out. This is why we be saying marry before you carry, because had she done that, she would not be in this situation as we speak. She wouldn't be here. She would not be here. You made it to 41 without being a baby mama. And apparently, I guess you ain't never been married or whatever the case. So it's like, what are you doing? You was with this man, now you pregnant at 41. Imagine being 41 still falling for stuff like this. He wanted it and he told me he wanted to have a baby. I don't care. They can say that, but you the one got to carry it. You the one got to push it out. You the one, whether you married or not, the majority of responsibility of dealing with that baby on a day-to-day basis, moment-to-moment basis is up to you, because you're the mother. It just is what it is. So letting a man, quote unquote, convince you that he wants your baby so bad, and he want a baby with you so bad, you want a baby with me so bad, let's get married then. That's how you check the temperature on that. Let's get married then, because if you know what I'm saying, this raring to go for me to be the mother of your child, then you must see me as your wife too. Because ain't no way you see me as the mother of your child, but you don't see me as your wife. That don't go. Them two things don't go together. So if you can't see me as wife material, but you can see me as mommy material, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's some stuff you fall for in your 20s. Okay? If you gonna fall for it, that's some stuff you fall for early on. A dude, you know what I'm saying? Oh, baby, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put a baby in you, all that. And you could get swept up in that because we together, and you know, all that. Short-sighted. Short-sighted. I wonder what this lady's family saying, because she looked like she might be Somalian or Ethiopian or something. She don't look American black. So I wonder what her family say. I wonder what they say. I wonder what they think about it. I wonder, do they even know that she's going through this and doing this? Girl, and then trying to get on here and cry. I'm not really buying that. I'm not really buying that. You're in your 40s, ma'am. You cannot allow yourself to be finessed, I guess, by some man that's not your husband telling you how much he want a child from you. That's crazy work. Y'all still falling for that in 2025? They just be saying, they just be talking. They just be talking. When that man not your husband, he just talking. He just saying whatever. I don't know why they say that. Don't even get me started on why some men would say that to a woman that he not married to and don't want to be married to. I don't know. But I'm talking to the women. Stop it. Stop that. A man that is not committed to you, he don't want no baby with you for real. As evidenced. Because from what she's saying, he, you know what I'm saying, had all this big talk about a baby, but now that the baby here, and she pregnant with it now it's a reality. He like, no, you gotta erase that. You gotta delete that. What you talking about? You can't have that. I was just talking. I was just talking. That was pillow talk, girl. That was some stuff I was saying to you while I was giving you back shots, girl. I wasn't trying to have no baby with you. You ain't gonna blow my marriage up having no outside baby girl. Bye. Y'all gonna get enough at some point. Stop carrying these babies around for men that are not your husbands. If he gonna be your husband, let the marriage take place first, and then you have children. It's not that hard. You can avoid foolish men like this. You really can. Because the more that you be like, I'm not having that, we're not even gonna have that discussion until we have a discussion about marriage. He'll eventually get tired of talking about that because he doesn't want to get married, and in this case, would not be capable of getting married to you because he already has a wife. So he will get tired of that conversation. Eventually, this fizzles out, or he end up telling you, or he just end up leaving you, or something like that. Y'all gonna figure it out at some point, I guess. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.